What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lil Donnie from the Wildbunch. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment. I want y'all to comment. Let me know if I'm doing good. Let me know what the stories y'all want to hear. I'm coming straight from the heart. I'm trying to give back. I'm trying to promote positivity, growth, development, all the good stuff. Let's give back. Let's take it to another level. I got a lot of people behind me that they trying to get their life in order, and let's get this thing right. Let's keep this train pushing. Make sure y'all go get my book, Wildbunch: The Dimensions of a Brownsville Millionaire. Stories about the big boss, Big Donnie, true believer. I'm gonna give y'all a history lesson. Everybody's saying Wildbunch. Who's the Wildbunch? He's always talking about the Wildbunch. So I'm gonna take y'all to a little history lesson. All right, here's one article: 4 indicted in drug murders. Right. Here's another headline. They really believed that they could get away with murder. We had a problem with that. Y'all can see that? It's the Wildbunch. These is real headlines. This is real. This is not made up. It's not a gimmick. I'm trying to use this story to teach the kids, or even adults that's out there that think that life pays off. I'm just trying to give a little background on, I'm not just out here made up a name. And this is my family. We've been through it. And I'm just coming up trying to push the envelope to show that it's redemption. Like, you could turn your life around. You can start a clothing line. You can write a book. Everybody has a story. You understand what I'm saying? Is this how you make your story connect to people to get whatever message you trying to get across? I tell about my life as well, where, when things wasn't going right, because I was around the time on, TNT, when the cop Edward Burns had got killed. That kind of changed the direction of the way the neighborhoods was able to sell drugs. Before, you could just stand out on the corner and it was like an open market. Fiends just be walking about. They used to call them zombies. They just be walking around back and forth. You have 5, 10 dudes all lay down with each other. Everybody got their little package on them. And it's doing it. And, eventually grandmothers, people, you go to I remember one time when I was in, because I used to travel. I like to travel. So I remember one time I was in Virginia, Richmond, Virginia. We used to take the plane to me, my boy Black, and Lil Knowledge, RP. We used to get on the plane with the Biznom, fly through the airport, no even wish they would say something to us. We might beat one of them security up, but it was that sweet back then. Fly to Richmond, get out there, bus moves, come back with that bread. And I remember one time, this shocked me because I never really knew it was to that point as far as with the drug dealing, as far as people, grandmothers was selling crack at the time. It was this, like, you hear that, but I never actually seen it till one day. It was this lady, and if you was from Richmond, this how they used to, Richmond, Baltimore, they don't got like candy stores and stuff like in New York. They don't got the bodegas where they could just walk to the bodega on the corner store and get some candies and stuff. They had a little bus that used to ride into the complex, because they projects is like complexes. It ain't like Brownsville and LG and Uptown, Wilson, whatever the names of the joints in Manhattan, Harlem. Once you go like Baltimore, Virginia, they projects is more like a housing complexes. So a little food truck. It looked like a food truck. I should have drive up inside the complex, and somebody being there selling penny candies and all of that. But it only come around at a certain time. Like, if you've been to Richmond, you know what I'm talking about. Comment, back me up. If I'm lying, call me out. It used to be a little truck that ride up in there, and serve candy, cigarettes, because they didn't have no store to go to. It come around like every couple of hours or whatever. I remember that. We used to be out there like this, like, what the hell? I was shocked when I first seen it. I didn't even know they do that. Go buy some sodas, candies, or whatever. But like I said, at a certain time, it stopped. So, we out there hustling. We out all night. So one time it would used to be an old lady that sell candy out her house. You called her the candy lady. What else you gonna call her? I ain't calling her the candy lady. Like, we from New York. We off the chain. We with everything because we out all night. We just doing us. So one day I went in the candy. I'm like, I had a sweet tooth. I'm like, man, let me go get me some candy from the candy lady. I wind up bumping into her. She busting a lick. She got a fiend in there busting a lick. I'm like, oh, shit, Grandma got a package? Everybody got a package. And like I said, man, people who know me, they know I don't promote that I was the busting my gun or none of that violence type. I was getting money. I was in it for the money. I was getting money. Niggas who know, I don't, it's not no bragging about the situation. That's why I try to tell people it might look good. You might get some money. It never was a long run. And the people that had long runs, as far as my knowledge and what I could say, is the ones who they probably made their money, got in the barbershop and all. And I used to see dudes make money and invest in the barbershop or get their girl a beauty parlor. And I was still lost. Like, man, them niggas bugging. You better get some more work and keep popping. But you know what? All of them dudes is still run alive, never been to jail. They ain't had it. It wasn't all about the hustle. It wasn't all about keeping on. And that's what I try to tell guys. When you hustling, you got to get out of that mentality eventually. Don't look at you. You become a businessman. Become a businessman. Leave the hustle shit behind. Because some people think as you on a job and you say everything is a hustle, but if you stay in a hustle mentality, you could get caught out there. Because some dudes was trying to double dip. They'll be hustling still on the block and working a job. And for a little while that shit might work. But what you gonna do when one slow up and if the job gets you frustrated one day and your boss tell you go clean the toilet bowl, you might be like, man, fuck you. I'm going to motherfucking the block, pay more than this anyway. That happens. If you at work with about 2 G's in your pocket, you know what I mean? You like, man, I'm just doing this for like a front. The job is really a front. So, let's just try to give and let these people know to stay on the right track. And like I said, make sure you subscribe, share, like, comment, let me know what more I can be giving out. Like I said, I try to give history. Let me give some more history on the Wildbunch. They say, but the gang was idolized in this neighborhood. The reason why they try to say the gang was idolized, because my dad was the type of person that even though he got his money a certain way, he was giving back. He was really like, if you needed, it was people literally, because we buy low income housing. We buy the projects and we making all this money. The neighborhood he came in, the same people are coming there and be like, man, Donnie, I need pay my rent. My son needs some school equipment or, whatever it might be. It was all kinds of stuff. It was a different time. And he had a heart of gold. He had this give it. We never had no problems with running down on people to collect no money back. Because I never seen my dad negotiate. And I got some of that shit run up on me. Somebody offer the price and say, this how much it costs. I pay the price because you don't want nobody, you try to treat people how you want to be treated. So I don't, sometimes negotiation, because it's not what you get, it's what you negotiate. So like I said, I'm just trying to give a little history on why I say Wildbunch and what the Wildbunch is. I got a lot of people behind me that they love, they love the progress. They love the vision I'm doing. And like I said, I can't wait to speak to kids. I want to really talk to the kids in that age group that you hear most people that been to jail or been in the streets tell you they got started. 12 years old, 13 years old, maybe like 7th grade. Those 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade years, That's who I want to talk to let y'all know at that age, you still susceptible to trying to smoke a cigarette or smoke weed, the peer pressure. I'm just saying because I know some of that is what got me. You want to do good. You in school, you sitting next to somebody that they doing their work, and you want to play around and not be focused. And then next thing you know, time don't stop. And next thing you know, you 19 and you not even going to school no more. You don't got no thought pattern on where you want to go. You just in the streets. And we got to try to help any kind of way. And the only way I know is to give my experience to the people and try to see if that will spark something in them to say, man, nah, I don't want to go that way. I don't want to do that, because it's not a good life, and it's one mistake away from either going to jail or dying. It's really like that. That's not nothing everybody to say that that's the way to go. It is really like that. So what I want y'all to do, anybody out there, if you could share this and show a kid and say, listen, man, this is a guy. He changed his life around. He wrote a book. I wrote a book about my father. That's amazing. People say they proud. I can't believe it. And people say, what kind of book it is? It's a love story, It's a love story about my dad. And look, here's a chapter on one of the legacy grew as the years grew with the numbers. Throughout the years, taken and given. It became a signature that stuck to him like glue. If he had it and you needed it, if he had it to give, then you got it. It was just that simple. Many people in the neighborhood compared him to Robin Hood. That's my dad. Get this book and use it, not just for the, understand some of the stuff and try to put it in your own life where you can see where the pitfalls is at and where you can make the left and where you can make the right and where you can stay on track. Now, like I said, when I talk about the prison is a way to refresh and regroup and try to help me. It helps me. It's like drugs. When you on drugs, they say you never get off of drugs. You always an addict. To me, it's the same thing when you've been in and out of prison, so in and out of your life, is anything could get it. Anything you could do that might put you back in prison. And you see somebody might be in prison and they say they in there for a bag of potato chips stealing out of store. And the man in the store go crazy and now you in prison because you got all these felonies behind you. It's so hard to try to get away from that. I'm telling you, I'm a proof. But you gotta give yourself a chance. Hold yourself accountable. That's what I started doing. I looked in the mirror. And said, this is what you want for the rest of your life? Give yourself a chance. Hold yourself accountable. And then you will see the difference. Because once you start holding yourself accountable, you don't worry about what somebody else thinking or saying. Because you worrying about what you're going to say to yourself. If you could say, somebody could tell you, don't break that law, don't throw that brick, and you throw it. Now you're sitting in jail calling saying, I'm sorry. The judges and lawyers and the district attorneys and all them, they work. That's a job for them. They don't care nothing about you. They don't care white, black, Chinese, whatever. Whatever come in front of them, all it is a piece of paper. It's a case. It ain't nothing for them. They ain't got no nothing in the fight. They ain't got no horse in the race, like they say. No horse in the race for them. You just a case number. Case number 662. Stole 40 bags of dope to, sold 40 bags of dope to an undercover. Hey, what do you want to say? They don't even talk to you. They talk to your lawyer. What do you want to say? Your lawyer look at you. You look at him. Y'all both looking at each other like, what do I say? Yeah, yay or nay. Did you do it or did you not? Not guilty or guilty. You don't want to be in nobody's courtroom. Most of the time, everybody you can't get, if you go in jail right now and you're over a certain age, 40, let's say 40, I'm going to say goddamn 30. If you go in jail right now, you do some dumb shit or whatever, you go to jail, you're over 30. It's an old folks home. They're going to work you. They're going to work you. And depending on what state you in, you're going to be outside on the highways picking up litter, doing shit that people going to be riding by you in society. Say, look, why not do that for yourself? If you want to do it, do that shit for yourself. Find a way to do it for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, I thank y'all so much for y'all time. And please share this, comment, subscribe, tell me what you want to hear. I'm going to give y'all some stuff every time it comes to my brain because I love this. It makes me feel good to tell people stuff from my heart. I could be myself. I'm not faking. I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I'm just a person that been through certain stuff, and I feel like a way to give back is to talk to the people and let them have something that they can say, damn, wow, if this dude did it, I could do it. So make sure you go get my book, Wildbunch, The Dimensions of a Brownsville Millionaire, out now on Amazon. I also got Wildbunch gear, shirts, hats, all that on Shopify, you know what I mean? And make sure you stay safe out there. Stay safe out there and go get that book.